We talked about this like a long time ago, where I don't remember who it was on the show, but they were. Here's a good question, Caleb. If you found out your dad like killed someone, like it got into a bar fight outside, meet me out there. Your dad punched this dude so hard he fell, hit his head on a tailgate, and died.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad escapes home. Are you turning him in?
No.
0% chance. All of us.
Of course not.
Yeah,
I would never. I would help him.
All right, so
we would all help him.
So you don't help him.
Situation.
I'm not helping him at all, but I'm keeping my mouth shut. Now, but of course, that's like the most defensible sort of thing. That's the classic Con Air scenario where Nicolas Cage is just defending his wife outside a bar against three attackers, but he's a weapon of death, so he kills one of them and has to go to prison. What if your dad was drunk driving and he killed someone, but and you see him pull into the garage with a bloody, destroyed front end on his car, and he tells you he just hit somebody, and he says, "Boy, get the bucket."
I wouldn't help. I would call the police. If my dad was drunk driving and killed someone, I would call the police.
See the difference?
Yeah, I absolutely would. Yeah.
Would you call the police?
I would. I almost. Yeah. I would say. I don't know. I don't like drunk driving. I don't like drunk driving.
I don't like it either. All right. Let me change it a little bit. What if he was only drunk driving because you needed him badly and he had been coming? You're like, Dad, you got to come home. I'm having a panic attack. My girlfriend, wife, significant other just left me. My life is over. I think I'm going to hurt myself, Dad. But he was drinking at the bar and he was like, son, I've had a few. I don't know. I'm coming. And he's like, Dad, this is it. And you're like, I'm coming, boy. On the way, you ran over a street walking prostitute with AIDS.
Oh my God,
okay?
so complicated.
And the first saving lives at this point. She was going to spread those AIDS.
That's AIDS blood on the car.
Players, though, Kyle.
That's AIDS blood on the car, boy. Get the bucket and the gloves.
I'd say for that one's a lot more complicated. I feel like if I'm in the situation where I'm like on the edge, right? I don't think I'm really too worried about if anybody's killing anybody.
It's all about your feelings.
Yeah, it's selfish at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these have to do with me at the end of the day. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do with those? You got to get your car repaired somehow. I don't know what you're going to do.
The whole point of the murder, though, thing, the question is, like, I don't remember do you guys remember the guests we had on? Was it Filthy or maybe it wasn't Filthy? But all of us agreed, me, Kyle, and Woody were like, we're not turning our dad in for fucking killing someone. Like, no, not turning my own dad in. And then we switched to pedophile and we're all like, oh, 100%, that guy's got to go.
Yeah, he's got to go.
So it's that much of a line. That
I might kill him.
Turn your dad. You're just going to end honest. Right there?
I might put him out of his misery. Yeah.
Kill your father.
You find evidence of his ill deeds. If photographs.
And this is terrible to say, but if it were to like be my father would have molested my sister, let's say, I would kill him. Absolutely, without a doubt.
What if it was in the distant past? Really like, he did it, but it was 27 years ago, and she's, moved on and established in her life now, and he's reformed.
Like Ashley and Joe Biden. I would hurt him. I think I would beat him up. I would have to, I think.
You beat up your
back in the 80s, we all showered with each other's kids.
Yeah. My dad's 50. He probably could still whoop my ass, to be honest.
Yeah, my dad's 77. I got him.
Oh, you play him up. Your dad's got no shot. You're gonna ruin him.
Yeah. I think you definitely turn him in if he's done that. I couldn't stomach that. But if he was just like, I got mad and I hit him and he fell funny and oh well, shit. Let's
dissolve the body.
This. Yeah.
What if it was a Kyle, to go in the other direction? What if it was an even dumber murder where your dad's like, well, this fella at the bar, he's saying Georgia isn't going to win the national championship next year, and so I punched him. He fell. Pool cue almost kind of final destination its way into his rectum, and now I'm here.
Where is here? Because
at your house.
How can I help him though? Weren't there witnesses at the bar and stuff?
I was where it was a mask orgy bar party.
Oh, no one
That was an eyes wide shut.
I was wearing a plague mask and a
I was at
I had my furry suit on.
my furry suit on. I'm making a lot of confessions to you tonight, boy.
That's right. I am Grey Wolf 69.
I'm a very different man than whom you imagine.
The last few years have my horizons, Kyle. Woo!
How about this? Your dad kills a Florida Gators fan.
Look, I probably would be like, I'm not going to turn him in. That's the thing. I'm not going to. There's a
not
big
for
difference
Gators
also.
fan,
No.
There's also a big difference between not turning him in, not like dropping the dime on him per se, and helping him dissolve a body. I don't help him dissolve a fucking body. Like, who are we?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If my dad kills someone, I'm not gonna help him dispose of the body.
No,
but I'm gonna over trust his explanation of it. If he's like, this guy was coming at me with a series of blades, with death, with his anger, murder in his eyes, I'd be like, I trust you, Dad. You take care of what needs to be done. I'm gonna go play AOE.
I'll make a public statement. If my dad ever kills someone, chances are pretty high I was involved.
That's so funny when this is going to play in court and they have to listen to the whole episode. Be like, Matt
they're making a lot of
when he did the African man impression. Let's pause there and go back. Look at the
making a lot of sense about his
eyes. Yeah, so that is a lesson, folks. Don't turn your dad in unless he's a pedophile. Or unless he abused you as a kid.
Oh, and
then you can. If your dad abused you sexually as a child, I think it's okay to like retroactively make up something that happened within a statute of limitations, get him done.
So
there's no way there's a statute of limitations on being a diddler, right?
There is for sure.
There's got to be, right?
I'll Google it.
Yeah,
there's for beating your girlfriend.
I'm gonna call it 25 years.
Yeah, but this is a serious.
All right, so don't count New York though, because they're just willy nilly with their laws up there. They'll come after you at any point.
Willy nilly.
New York.
Yeah, New York did some kind of like child victim law or something. I think the point was to catch like people who've been diddled by priests as children.
There is no statute of limitations.
Good.
Yeah, there's no way there would be for like murder or like molesting a kid.
And to be clear, it says for felony cases, there's no statute of limitations. I don't know which pedophile abuses are felonies, but probably
misdemeanor.
Most of them.
It's just misdemeanor pedophilia.
Well, so maybe misdemeanor is like online shit. I don't know, making it up.
That shit's felony too. They get you. I think maybe you could like.
I think they're probably all
contribute to the delinquency of a minor. Like you give some kids some beer, that's a misdemeanor. But I think if you lay hands on a kid in a sexual way or send them dirty pictures or anything, you're committing like multiple felonies.
Yeah,
it's almost like gun crime in the way they've made every facet of it its own crime to really like get you. Rightfully so. Those are the worst people. You always hear about pedophiles being killed in prison.
Oh yeah,
that's why they have to put them in like separate wings, right?
Even if they don't kill him in prison, it's really hard to bounce back from that socially. Like you have to register as a sex offender, the worst kind of sex offender. Yeah. What job are you going to have going forward? What neighbors are going to allow you to live in that neighborhood?
Yeah, how you're going to introduce yourself to people from now on?
A lot of people kill themselves when they get busted for that because they're just like, well, I mean, nothing good happens to me from here on out.
Yeah, that's a win for society, though. They take themselves out. No one has to have nightmares about shooting their gun in the line of duty. Unless,
of course, you're Roman Polanski, and then you just move to Europe and keep making movies for Hollywood, getting standing ovations.
You can go to France if you've done some fucked up shit, and they'll be like, "Oh, that is just the old ink," and it's like, ugh.
Roman Polanski. Pretty sure it's a 12-year-old girl that he raped before he fled to Europe from the charges. One of the greatest directors of all time. He was if you remember, he was Sharon Tate's husband. In real life, she's the one who was killed by the Manson family.
Oh, okay. Is he the one who married like his own stepdaughter or something like that?
No, that's Woody Allen, who's also
Woody Allen.
Karl Malone stayed in America. His girl was 13, and it wasn't like maybe he's innocent. No, they have a baby. Like it's pretty locked in.
Proof's in the pudding there.
Yeah.
But he was a really good power forward, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, Hall of Fame, right?
I'm not sure.
Is France where a lot of these Hollywood pedos escape to?
I don't think there's been a lot of them escaping. It's just Roman Polanski, really.
And then they crack down on. Is he dead?
No, I think he made a movie like recently, right?
People are working with him.
Oh yeah,
he's a legend.
What a despicable industry of people.
They gave him
paying
a
for
standing
10.
ovation a couple of years ago at the Oscars.
Oh, I remember seeing the brouhaha about that, where like all the Me Too people, like Meryl Streep and whatever, were suddenly like freaking out over this actual pedophile.
I don't
Cowards. You know what? I don't care how much heat I get in. I don't care for it.
You don't care for it?
2 thumbs down. Don't like it. Not
Stand
for
your
this.
ground.
Not for this guy. No.
This fucking
I'm
guy.
still watching his movies though. You can't take that away.
I looked it up.
Punish
Kyle.
me.
He's in the fall. He got elected into the Hall of Fame twice.
Hell yeah.
How do you
Once
do-
as a player for those accomplishments, and once for his Olympic basketball accomplishments.
Yeah.
Call him
So
alone.
I didn't know you could be in the Hall of Fame twice, but there he is.
That's
Damn.
impressive.
What was his excuse? He's like, I'm not a pedophile. I'm just
horny.
bad at math.
She was really sexy.
that might check out. He's like, I remember Jimmy Kimmel used to do an impression of him. Everybody did. You know, Jimmy Kimmel put on the full blackface. But you'd always play Karl Malone as borderline retarded. Hello, I'm Karl Malone. I'm not very smart. I'm the butt of every joke. So that would be funny that he just got the math wrong and pedophiled. But he did have children with the children. He got them pregnant.
You know, I bet being like Alex Rosen, one of like the pedophile hunters, I bet it's fun when you start because you're like, yeah, I'm catching a bunch of these guys. But I bet it's like it's like staring into the abyss after a while, where you probably have a sensation where you're like, for every one of these Hydra heads that I chop off, 3 more sprout up in its place. Like this will never. There are way more of these people than I thought there were. But
Yeah,
I never looked at my own. I had a friend show me their like the sex offender map that you can look up online, and he was like showing me his own neighborhood, and he's like, "Look, there's someone fucking over here," and I was like, "Oh, I should look up my own house and like see who's around me," and I never did because I'm like, I almost don't want to know. I don't have kids. When I have
No,
kids, I'll have to
what if
look.
your next door neighbor raped like a middle-aged bodybuilder?
I'm gonna check it out right now.
What if he likes big-headed?
What if he like
kind of not even that overweight guys?
Yeah, what if you're his type? Is what I'm getting at. Like that could be a problem. I'd want to know if that guy was next door. Need to make
Okay,
friends.
that's fair. I'm stronger than all my neighbors. Many of them are boomers, so I'm not. I live in no fear of my boomer neighbors. They're not going to get me.
At least not going to rape you.
Yeah. Well, I guess they could like kill me or something, but I don't think.
Yeah.
We're on good terms. You know.